just kidded this morning. It's been, I think, 10 or 12 days since my first one kidded. She's overdue. The other one was early, so this is only my second set of kids now. She had twins, both bucklings, and they're both solid brown, which I've never had before. So I'm just gonna milk her a little bit. Both these guys have had a good drink of colostrum. And what I do is I milk just a little bit out from my older does. I don't save from a first lactation usually. And then I package them in 4-ounce Ziploc bags with their name and the date on it. And that way, if something would ever happen in the future to one of my does, you know, if she would die or something tragic would happen, have to have a C-section and she's down, you know, I at least have some colostrum on hand. So that's about 4 ounces, probably 5. So I'll just throw that in my freezer. It's nice to have it just for insurance. This guy's like a super nurser. He got up right away when he was born. This is probably the first buck I've never had to help. Right, buddy? You're very smart. His name's Hank. That one over there, he's not very smart. He's definitely drank, but he's not nearly as vigorous as the other one. That's Willie. Hey, buddy. So I just moved Stella back down here by Tank. What I'm doing is I'm taking them from the small shed up by the house, and as they kid, then I'm gonna bring them down here. And then because this has access to, I guess, better pasture right now, and I really need those guys to eat down some pasture that's kind of overgrown, and the ones that are lactating get precedence to better pasture over the ones that are gestating. So you guys are so cute. So there's a little bit of an adjustment period, and I'll just show you here. So this is Stella, and then that's her 2 brown kids, and then that's Tank. And so the thing is, these 2 are sisters, and they have some kind of a sibling rivalry going on. See, she's pretty good. And so like earlier, this one here tried to nurse off of Stella like a couple minutes ago, and Stella was like, get away. So she nudged her a little, you know, she'll tell them to get away, but she's not gonna hurt them. They just need to learn, you know, I'm not your mom. You can come close, but don't try to nurse off me. Oh my. Whoa. Okay, Paisley, turn around. Okay. Okay, come here, Mama. Another black dapple. Here, here, here. Oh, it's a doe, thank goodness. Good pusher. Hey, your time's up for now. Let your sister have a chance. Let your sister have a chance. These are real good size. Real good size. Paisley here, who she had her kids last night, and last year when she kidded for the first time, she was terrified. She had no idea what to do. I had checked on her and then I needed to leave, and then my son came home, I don't know, must have been about 25 minutes later, because it was right as I was getting out to our land, and he called me and he's like, she had one. I'm like, she wasn't even laboring. And then she had the next one 5, maybe 10 minutes after that. So she was terrified of them. She wouldn't go near them. Like, you'd put them close to her, and she literally gagged. She would go, and then she couldn't stand the smell of them or the sight of them. She like backed into the corner and acted like they were gonna kill her. So I had to put her in the headlock, I think for 5 or 6 days, 6 times a day, to feed these kids. And they, she kicked them, and they had to get real tough real quick. And they were very, very tiny. They were both, I think, just 6 pounds. So I thought, okay, she's a first-time mom. I'll give her 1 more year. Well, and then those kids were also fairly small last year, because once she did start to feed them on her own, they got the bare minimum. Like, they got to nurse for 6 seconds and she was done with them. But because she was first lactation, I thought I'll give her another chance. So I was a little worried last night when she had them. When I pulled that first one over by her head, she kind of did the gagging and the lip thing, and I'm like, oh crap. But she wanted to be interested in them, and then she kind of got her lips close to kind of nibble, and then she's like, no, I can't do it. And then she'd kind of gag a little. You're being funny. And so now, and then finally she caught on. So she did start licking. Let's see, that buckling was born first. And then she did eventually start licking him, and then that doeling was born second, and she was much, much more vigorous with the doeling. Can you stop being obnoxious over there? Hi, honey. So now, and she even let me help them nurse, and she stood very patiently. So I'm really happy with her. I was a little worried at first that she wasn't gonna, but Paisley. Paisley. Hey. Hi, honey. Do you like your new babies? So I'm glad I gave her a second chance, because if she would not have liked them this year, she would have gotten sold. She has nice looking kids. It's just that if she doesn't feed them, she's not really of any use to me. I can't do bottle kids, and milk replacer is extremely expensive. So, should we show them your babies? Here. Hey, little girl. Hi. Are you hiding? So it's hard to see. Oh, actually, I got them mixed up. They look different through the camera. This is the buckling. That one's black dapple. And then this one is a brown dapple, and that's the doeling. I don't love dapple, but it is what it is. Hey, little girl. Why is your tongue hanging out? Ooh, sleeping hard, huh? Oh, yeah, look at that. Good morning. So these guys are 2 days old. These are Stella's. Hey, buddy. Yeah, so they're a lot more spunky than Paisley's that we just saw. These guys are such good nursers. That little guy, oh, he's been nursing like every minute since he's been born. This one here, not as smart, but so like yesterday they pretty much laid inside all day, just like the dapple ones you just saw. And these guys are out playing today. All right, Mom is eating quick, so I'm letting Mira do introductions. She's seen them through the fence, and I've held them up to her. No licking. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, you can be friendly, but not too friendly. I'm actually really not worried about her at all. Good girl. I'm actually not worried about her at all. I don't think she will, sometimes in their first season, you know, I've heard people talk about they'll kind of chase them and almost treat them like prey, but I don't see that being an issue with Mira. She has never really tried to go after anything of mine. And even when I give her like dead rabbits to eat, she's apprehensive about it. So I don't foresee a problem, but we're definitely not going to put her alone with these guys for quite some time, just because we want to monitor that. You're doing real good with those guys. Oh, that's not your mom. That's not your mom. You two are weird.
Oh, baby cow.